Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to be going over this 6 cent subscription sack, some stuff I picked up at some shops that I'm looking forward to getting out and using, and some stuff that someone that subscribed to the channel that actually has a company sent me, and we'll go over that as well. Also, got some pretty good news the other day. I'll explain everything after this. Got a really big video going to be coming that I'm really excited to do. Kind of blew my mind, so I'll go over a little bit of that at the end of the video and give you guys a little bit of detail, but let's just go ahead and get into this and then we'll hit that in a little bit. We'll start off with this 6 cents bag. First thing we got here is the Crush 100 XR, and that's in that black magic color. Crack this thing open real quick, let you guys take a look at this. Everybody knows I love this color. You got that black with the blue lines, the blue eyes, that chartreuse belly, a little bit of orange on it. Just got really good color pattern on it. And of course, 6 cents, you got those extra sticky hooks and good split rings. You don't have to swap any of that stuff out and mess with it, and that's always a plus for me. I hate buying a crankbait and having to swap the hooks out because they suck right out of the package. So being able to get these and fish them for a long time before you have to swap any of this stuff out, it's nice. What we got next is the Catwalk, and it's in that same black magic color. And I'm happy to have this one because I have a white, and now I have it in black. You got that black and blue, then eyes that stand out, and then you've got just that hint of chartreuse and orange there on the belly of that thing to help it stand out just a little bit. It's just a little hint, but that'll be good to get out. I like that these things have 3 hooks on them instead of just 2. That extra hook, that's one more to get in that fish's mouth and make sure you get that thing to the boat. Another thing I really like about these 6 cents baits is they use the actual treble hooks, not the quad hooks. And some companies put those quad hooks on there, and I don't like them as well. I don't do as well on them, and for whatever reason, my hookup ratio seems to be better with the actual treble, with the 3. So I'm glad that they do that. One thing I did forget to mention on this XR, it's got that higher pitched rattle in it, so you can hear that. But that's what sets this apart from the Crush 100X, is it has that extra rattle in it, and it makes a little different noise. Excuse me. So you can get out and let those fish hear something that they normally don't, and they can come after that, versus if they've got one crankbait that somebody's throwing. There's been several people out there throwing the same kind of crankbait, and it's got a specific sound. You throw that and it's a little bit different than they're used to hearing. Next in here we have an Axle swinging swim jig, and these have the screw locks on them for your bait keepers. This one's 3/8 of an ounce, and that's in that grass smash color. And I'm not going to take this one out, but just so you can kind of get a look at it. Then next in here we have a Quake 70, and that is a lipless crankbait. It's my favorite one 6 cents makes. I do pretty well on the Duke 55 also, but this Quake has taught me several big fish. I really like throwing this thing. It's got a odd shape to it. The side profile is pretty normal, but if you look here, the way it tapers down in the middle, They're a little bit different than some of the other ones, and it swims, and this thing's got a really tight wobbling vibration and really calls those fish in. It's got those loud rattles in it and makes a lot of racket, beats and bangs, and they're not bad about getting hung up. You can bring these things through a lot and not have to worry about getting hung up. So I really like this color. It's got that kind of bluish color, kind of looks like the pumpkin seed, bluegill, sunfish, whatever you call them. But everybody, it depends on what part of the country you're in. Everybody calls them a little something different, but they've got that little blue hue to them, and you get them in the sun, you can really see it. But that really stands out to me on that bait as something that would be kind of a trigger as to make it more realistic. Next up, we have this Curve 55, and that's in the bluegill fire color, and this color is awesome. Crack this little dude open. He's got your greens, your golds, your kind of brown, black. You got that little orangish belly. And this is a 5 to 9 foot diving crankbait, a little smaller crankbait. Be able to get out, and if they're chasing those smaller bait fish, get out and target them with these things and be able to trigger some of those bites and hopefully catch something somebody else didn't. I really like this Curve series. It's a good running crankbait. It's got a decently wide wobble to it, so it's got pretty good action. If you're looking for one that's got that wider wobble, I haven't thrown that movement yet. I've got 2 or 3 of them. I've got so many to get out and try, but I've heard that it has a really, really wide wobble as well. So that's one that would be good to get out if you're looking for one that's got really crazy wobble to it. This thing looks awesome. Next up, we've got a Crush Mini 25 MD, and that's in the baby crappie color. And that thing is cool. I don't have any other baits in this color, but I'm really digging this thing. It's got like the teals and the golds, those black lines. Just really cool looking little bait. And this is a 4 to 7 foot diving crankbait. A little smaller than that Curve, so it gives you a little option as to chasing different categories of fish, what they're chasing. So if you've got fish that are chasing that little smaller profile, you can get out and throw that 25. A little bigger, you've got that 55. And you got all these different sizes to get out and chase these fish with. So having something like that is really, really key. And one thing, I've got one more thing left in this bag, but one thing I do want to point out is in this bag, you have something to target fish at all depths. So you have your swim jig, and you can fish pretty much a lot of cover with this thing. It'll come through grass well. These come through wood really well, throwing it up into laydowns and stuff, and being able to bring that back, put your favorite swim bait on the back of it. I like to put either a Kitech or those Largo shad on the back of these things, and they do really well. But that gets you kind of anywhere in the water column you want to be. And then you have this Crush 100 XR, and it's a 2 to 5 foot diving crankbait. So there you go. If you've got your 5 foot max depth, you're wanting to beat the bottom, there you go. Anywhere from 2 to 5 feet, you've got this one. And then you have your 4 to 7 foot in this Crush Mini. And then you have your 5 to 9 foot in the Curve 55. So that kind of puts you at a lot of those depths. You go a little deeper than that, you've got your Quake. You can drop that thing down, get it on the bottom, and then you have your Catwalk for topwater. So that kind of gets you all through the column there. So no matter where those fish are, you have something to target them. This is one of my favorite bags that I've got. Of course, except the ones that have the traces in them. Those are always fun to get. You get a $35 swim bait in there. That's always a good plus. But having all this and being able to target fish in every aspect is really awesome. And this one, they really, I think, knocked it out of the park with this box. And then to add on to that, you have these Ned fries. And you can use this as a stick bait. You can Texas rig it. You can, I mean, any way you want to fish a stick worm, you can do that. And you can rig this just the same way, but they've got quite a bit of action to them. You got that little pointy tail on them instead of kind of being the same shape all the way. So you're gonna get a little different action, but put your little nail weight in here, Nico rig this thing and let it fall down. That little tail will be up there just giving it a little dance and enticing those fish, and then hopefully get that bite and set that hook and get that big one in. But these Ned fries really work well as just a Texas rig, and you can take this thing and pitch in grass and stuff, just a weightless Texas rig, and it'll work itself down through that stuff pretty well and be able to trigger some of those bites in that cover. So that's really a good deal. That's key to be able to get out and target these fish so many ways. And again, 6th Sense knocks it out of the park with their bags, but this one right here is probably one of my favorites because I love that black magic color, and I love black and blue worms and creature baits and stuff. We do really well on them here in Chickamauga. I hear that Florida people do really, really well on it. I've not got to fish any of the good lakes in Florida yet, so that's something I'm looking forward to getting down there and doing. But that'll wrap up that 6th Sense bag. Next, we're gonna get into what the subscriber sent. So someone had subscribed to the channel and they reached out to my email and asked if I would be interested in testing their product. They didn't ask me to do a video or anything. They asked me to give honest feedback, and if I was happy with it, I could let people know. If I wasn't, I could let people know. So they want an honest review to them. Again, they didn't ask me to do anything about it, but I want to at least show these on here because if this is something that you guys could use, this is a really well-built product. It's really stout, and I look forward to getting out and trying these in some small creeks and rivers and stuff and trying these things out. But I do want to say thank you for sending me this. This is from Top Strike Fishing, and they come with this little card here just to give you guys a look. And then it's got some information on the back. And it also comes with one that shows you how to tie a few different knots, which is pretty cool. You flip it over, it's got the improved clinch knot on the back. So that, I mean, that's something just to give you a little bit of extra knowledge, something you don't know, and it's nice to have that in there as just a little addition to the product. They sent me 3 packs of these, and these are sealed up real nice. But what it is it's an inline spinner. It's still got the little hook keeper on the bottom of it, so I hadn't got out and thrown them yet. And they sent me one with the silver blades and one with the gold blades. And they've got the little hammered willow leaf blades, and they've got a prop blade on them right here. But these things, I was pushing that up, got the little prop blade here. So I'm eager to get out and see how these things do, how they come through the water. And it may be something that does really well. I could see this for some trout, some smaller panfish and stuff like that, but I mean, this thing is built, this is stout. If you threw this and a big largemouth grabbed a hold of this, it's not gonna hurt it. So being able to get out and throw this and not have to worry about breaking your spinner or pulling the hooks or anything like that, that's always a good thing to not have to worry about. But again, I appreciate you sending these out. I look forward to getting out and trying these things out. and see what I think about them, and I'll shoot you an email and let you know, and keep you updated on what I think about it. Okay, so next up what we got is some stuff that I picked up at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. If you haven't ever been to one of those and looking for fishing stuff, then you're missing out, because those dudes, sometimes they have tons of stuff, sometimes they don't really have a lot. This time they had a lot of net bait, they had a lot of Zoom, they had a lot of 13 fishing, live target, all kinds of stuff. And so you guys head down there and check them out, because they have tons of stuff right now. And usually when one of them gets it, all the chains get it. So the first thing I picked up was some finesse worms in that red bug color. And the reason I got these was because I like to throw these on the back of that wobblehead lures jig that I use. And the zooms that I use are excellent at the action that I'm trying to achieve, but they do tear up really easy because there's a big hook keeper on the hook on those things, and you might get 2 fish if you're lucky, because a lot of times it likes to rip that the neck of that bait, because those hook keepers are so big in that thing. So looking for something that's a little more durable. This is the same color, that red bug, it's the same shade, and that is my favorite color to throw on that thing. It's lethal when I get out on the water with it. So being able to get out and target those fish and catch them like that, I absolutely love it. But being able to try something a little different with hopefully a little more durability is going to be nice. And then next up, I got these mini kicking bees in the tilapia magic color. And I grabbed a couple of these with the intention of, there's the color of that. It's kind of a green pumpkin, brownish color. You got your little flappers on here. Tons of different colors of flake in there. But I grabbed some of these smaller baits like this. I'm looking at going on vacation here soon, and we talked about going to Minnesota, Wisconsin, New Hampshire, New York, upstate, somewhere, and do some smallmouth fishing. So if you got any recommendations on lakes up there, I'd appreciate it. But we're looking at going up there and doing some smallmouth fishing, and I figured I'd get some of these smaller baits and try and get out and target some of those smallmouth specifically. Next up, I got the Paca Slims, and this is in the Coosa Flare color, and this is a really, really cool color. It's got kind of a black back on it with red flake, and then almost a green pumpkin belly, but then you've got a little bit of chartreuse on the tips of those claws, and it's just a really cool color. I think it's going to stand out pretty well. Be able to use this as a jig trailer or just a small Texas rig. Take this thing, Ned rig bait. There's a lot of different ways you could rig that and be able to get out and target them. And then lastly, I got these 13 fishing frogs. And I've already got these dudes open because I had to check them out. This one is called a Hawkeye. It's black. You got this tinsel. You've got your normal rubber legs, but you've got this tinsel in here. And then you get a little bit of yellow on that nose. But that tinsel really stands out, and it's like a white tinsel with green and blues and all kinds of crazy colors in it. And I think that's gonna just give it a little bit of a different look out on the water. So I'm looking forward to getting out and trying these things out for sure. And this one's called Truffle Butter. And it's got that white belly that I love. I've got my black one and my white one, so I can get out and whatever the conditions are. And then this one has the gold tinsel in the legs, but you've got your brown rubber legs too. So it'll just throw some extra color in there. And if you don't like that, of course, you could just take that tinsel out and just use the brown legs. But I've heard that these things come through cover really well. I like the way these hooks are kind of recessed into the body. Unfortunately, I heard that this thing has been discontinued, and I'm afraid I'm gonna fall in love with them and not be able to find them anymore. But that'll wrap up what we've got here. I want to kind of give you guys a rundown on what we've got. So Strike King and Lose did a online tournament, and they did some Instagram contest as well. So I ended up winning one of those contests, and I don't want to tell you guys what else coming until it gets here and I get to open it up and show you, because it's a pretty crazy prize pack. And I just want to thank those guys for putting this tournament on and doing this giveaway, because it was crazy. And I'm just super excited to be able to get this. Hopefully it'll be here next weekend, and I can crack that thing open and show you guys everything that's in it. But it's gonna be a decently long video, because there's quite a bit of stuff coming in it, but I'm super excited for that. So you guys look forward to getting that video and seeing everything we've got, because it's gonna be interesting for sure. I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, taking the time to watch the video. I just appreciate everybody that's subscribed to the channel, everybody that's watching. We've still got a lot of returning viewers that aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you consider hitting that subscribe button, man, it really helps us out. Helps it out tremendously, helps us to grow, helps us to be able to finally get to the point we can make a little bit of money off this, to be able to invest back into more baits, to do reviews on, and to show you guys. I do spend quite a bit of money on these lures and stuff, so being able just to get a little bit of that back is going to be nice, to be able to reinvest back into this. That's my goal, is any dime I make from my YouTube, I want to be able to put back into it and just continue to keep buying stuff and showing and building my videos up and showing as much stuff as I can, because if I can help somebody out on the water, that means the world to me. Being able to help somebody catch fish, especially kids. I love being able to give kids information. If I'm out and I see kids fishing, I'm gonna, probably give them a handful of lures if their parents let me, just because I enjoy seeing these kids get out and catch fish. The excitement of the next generation of angler, that really hypes me up and gets me excited for what's to come. Because those guys are going to be the next ones doing this, getting out here chasing these fish, and it fires me up to know that these kids, as young as they are out here, getting as excited as they are, and with the technology that's coming, the younger generation's really killing it with this technology, the live scope and any of the forward-facing sonar stuff. Of course, any of the electronics, all together, they pick it up so fast, and that's what they're growing up doing, and they're learning it so well. And I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about the live scope and all that stuff, but it's not going anywhere. So that's the future of fishing. I don't have it, and I'm not saying that I won't ever have it. I think it's a tool that can be used to find fish that you normally wouldn't find, and to target them in a different way. So if you use live scope, then that's up to you, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that are completely against that. But I'm gonna wrap it up. I've kept you guys long enough. Here I go rambling again. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and leave me some comments down below on what your favorite baits are. Which ones you like the most out of this. And as always, everything will be linked down in the description below if you want to click on and check that out and buy you some stuff. Those are some affiliate links, and that helps the channel out as well. So once again, I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.